Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully pretty good. Hopefully you guys are ready for a good trading day. So two stocks I'm particularly focused on today, and that's really just Netflix and FCSC. Haven't seen FCSC for a little bit since I've been on, so maybe some things changed, but we'll see. Good morning, guys. BBTH, not a big fan of. FCSC. Yeah, here we go. All right, good stuff. So FCSC performing, better, but not dramatically amazing. So, good morning. BBTH. It's just up big this morning. I haven't seen it in a while. We'll take a look at it, but when I first looked at it, it had a bearish engulfing candle on the 4-hour chart, which didn't really look amazing. It was up like to $25 after being at 15. It's already had a 10-point push into a mental whole dollar mark. I don't know, some things just didn't really seem amazing. So anyways, we'll start here with FCSC. So let me get into sharing the screen. Is it seen two? No. There we are. Nope, still not the right one. Interesting. That's odd. One second. Let me redo this. It's been a while since I've been on. Display capture. There we are. Boom. All right, sorry about that. Alrighty, a lot of screens to go through there. My apologies. No breakfast this morning. Unfortunately. So here we are, FCFC. Now, you can see obviously it's starting to break over the pre-market high, so it's starting to perform a little bit better pre-market. Beforehand, it was trading into arguably, it's kind of ascending wedge. It was kind of going up, but it wasn't really breaking up. So what I feared was we actually might snap to the downside. Right, I feared we actually might have snapped to the downside this morning out of this wedge, but we didn't. We actually broke over pre-market high now, so that's decent. What I don't like about it is this long wick we have at 328, but it just is what it is. Now on the flip side, today alone, the stock has gotten, let's see. Today alone, the stock has performed pretty well. In regards to just trading in general, I think it had about 1 million. It has about 1 million shares of volume so far. Yeah, it traded about 1 million shares of volume so far this morning. It's got a short float of 29%. The float's only about 9 million. So it's got a couple, and it has a lot of news, right? If you go look at the news on it, I mean, it's been getting press releases since 6:30 in the morning Eastern Standard Time, like 10 or 12 of them. So a lot of attention on it. People on StockTwits are talking about it. Not that I trust anybody on StockTwits, but it's just, that the general public is talking about it if StockTwits is talking about it. So, we'll watch it. We'll see if it performs pretty well. But as I said, we do have this resistance coming into play up here at the 327 mark in a long upper wick. So we do have resistance ahead. And as I said, there is a big short float on it. So we do have the potential to squeeze up to the 328 levels and possibly even over it. But so far pre-market, the chart really, to me, isn't that great. We've just kind of been channeling up. So what it has to do is, I went into the 1 minute. Let me go back to the 1 minute chart here. Okay. So what it has to do is it has to hold, obviously, above this trend line that it broke, which it did. It kind of pulled back, holding the 9. So what I actually think is, if it keeps moving this direction like it is, we might have a good day on it. Now, there's nothing about it, the chart right now, that makes me want to buy it. There's no significant levels in play now. The only really thing we have going on is it's just kind of trending up. Really, it's basically just it. Now it's just kind of trending up. So it is a tad bit extended from its lower trend line. It did pull back to the middle of its trend, and it's still trading over kind of the high of its trend, which would be like right there. So Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of FCFC. I'm really just watching it to see if it has a big morning spike, pulls back, holds, and then I'll look to get in. I probably won't trade the early morning spike if there is one. I'll wait for it to pull back, see if it retraces a 50%, 38%. Looks like it has continuation. But if it does jump really big above the pre-market high, then that's going to be the key level to watch for as well. So pay attention to FCFC at the pre-market high. If it breaks that significantly and shoots up and over, then if in the morning it pulls back, we might see a bounce off pre-market highs. All right. All right, next one on the list is Netflix, NFLX. So Netflix got crushed on Friday after Disney announced their streaming service for like $7 a month or something like that. So Netflix ends up dropping out towards the 350, bounces, and then ends up kind of holding there all day for the majority of the day. This morning, it's down a little bit below 350, down to 348. The 348 level is holding support off of these previous dips just before this big one. So you can see this down drop here, up, down, that 348 dip right there. That's relatively, what it's trying to hold pre-market. And yet pre-market, it hasn't fully broken down. So what I'll be watching for initially today on Netflix is a short out of the gates followed by a long play. I think this is just a big overreaction to the Disney news, and in theory, Netflix still kills it. So I would say watch for just an early morning panic after Friday's big down dropping day, and then look for a reversal long play. That's what I'm looking for. So that's just it. The only thing is really Netflix doesn't have any support down till 342. So, in order to get a reversal, in theory, you want to be next to a support level, but I don't necessarily think if this is what I think it is, which is kind of a panic short followed by a reversal, I don't think it's going to reach 342 today, but I could be, obviously, definitely could be wrong. So still watching Netflix for continuation short to the downside, followed by reversal long play. Okay. Now, we could take a look at, we're going to take a look at BPTH. So if you look at BPTH, look at this 4-hour chart, smack down at 25, bearish engulfing. Myself won't trade that. Nothing about this 4-hour chart looks good. 1-minute chart probably looks terrible. 5-minute chart doesn't look amazing. This is your last little sign of hope. You want it to kind of stay right in this area and bounce up. If it does that, then sure, there might be some long play. But for me, I'll probably just stay away from it. Don't need to put on that risk today. It's Monday morning. I'm not even in the groove of trading. It's been a long weekend. Again, it's a long weekend. It's Monday. I'd rather hop in Monday, try and take some lower risk trades or some things I feel more comfortable trading, get a couple wins under my belt and then, move into the week and maybe acquire more risk as the week goes on. So BPTH, probably a no-go for me. Someone just asked about something. Just reading a couple comments here. NIO, no, not going to trade NIO. I gave up on NIO once it failed the bounce here. Once it failed that bounce, that long play there, I gave up on it, not trading it anymore. Till it starts to act better. I'll just kind of watch it, just kind of stand by. So we'll be watching that. Tesla. Let's see what's on Tesla. Tesla moved down Friday. Yeah, Tesla 4-hour chart appears like it should be a short play. But myself, I'm not going to trade Tesla. Tesla is not in a formation that I like. For one, I can't short the stock. I'd have to play options, so I never really even short Tesla. I'm only a long bias trader on Tesla to begin with. And I don't really care for Tesla right now. It's just in this wedge. So I would personally, with the way everything's forming on it, I would probably watch it to the downside. But Tesla is going to trade. Tesla's going to trade in this wedge, or not wedge. Sorry, this channel. See, it dropped down to 260, popped up, hit highs of 280, dropped down, bounces off 270, up, rejects 280, back down below the 270, creates a higher low. So now we're just kind of in this channel from 270 to 263, which we'll probably trade in for a bit. And then overall channel is from 281 to 260. So, right, we already bounced. If you look at Tesla from the yearly chart, we already came down and we bounced. Now we're back down. We're in this channel. So it'll trade that channel until a buyer or seller wins, and then it'll either snap down or it will reverse back up. And so I'm watching for the reverse back up because I don't trade short bias on Tesla basically ever. Penny stocks, only real penny stock this morning to look at was FCSC. What do I plan on buying? I plan on buying Netflix, possibly plan on buying FCFC. Yep, those two. Now, what was someone just asked about Disney. So I looked at Disney earlier. Yeah, Disney, of course, is overextended, but just because it's overextended doesn't necessarily mean it's going to come down. Disney still has this dip right here from Friday at 126 that would most likely hold support today without breaking, so don't anticipate Disney below 126. But yeah, this is definitely a good stock to watch for in the future for a downward short play, as it is a very overextended play, and 90% of the time all stocks fill their gaps. So I would watch it for the coming week. Try and be short bias over the next 2 weeks or so. Yeah, PCG had positive news Friday. I think it went from like 18 to 20 something out of nowhere because I think it was the governor of California figured out a problem for the wildfires or something like that. And it traded pretty well, but I think that move's probably been done. I don't think you're going to see too much more crazy movement from PCG. I think it's just going to go back to like kind of some regular trading that it typically would trade in. Like this was a big move from 18 to 23. I think PCG just alone, you're probably going to see, there's probably going to be some volatility today, but really early in the morning, and then it's probably going to slow. That's just my experience with PCG is normally the morning can see some volatility. Then after that, it slows down pretty quick. And then it returns to its normal trading range shortly thereafter any type of positive news. UWT, it's been a while since I looked at UWT. You really got to look at the oil price. I think oil prices have been going up. Gas prices are going up. So UWT should be performing fairly well. I think it's still kind of uptrending. I guess I could take a quick look. But it's something where you really got to pay attention to like oil prices and things like that. But it's channel trading right now. Actually, I'm gonna look at the yearly chart. Yeah, I would probably be neutral on it for at least a week or so, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'd probably be neutral on UWT for about a week, 2 weeks. A week, 2 weeks? Yeah, at least a week. Probably neutral on that. No, I don't really trade crypto. I kind of got into it back when the frenzy was around, but then I shortly got out of it because I just wasn't a fan of it. The platforms are just shit, and yeah, that's really just it. Because like to trade the way I want to trade, crypto platforms are just shit. They're really not where they really need to be. Yeah, but then again, it's been a long time since I've traded any crypto. But that was just kind of it. I mean, yeah, like investing, you could easily do it, but to trade the way I like to trade, it just wasn't there for me. So, in other news, market still performing pretty well. At this current moment in time, there is absolutely no fear in the market except for me. I'm the only one who seems to be scared of the market, which is a good thing because it lets me know that there's still not enough dumb money, or there's still enough dumb money out there to keep buying up the market. So I just discussed this with the private group. This is a second theory I had. So in 2018, I had the theory of the market actually crashing, which I kind of did. Not really crasher. Sort of a recessional move. And we did get it. We got the correction move, a big one from 293 all the way down to 233. So, we were right, sort of, but still wrong. And I'm sure I'll probably still be wrong on what I'm about to say. So we did get the nice downward move. And now my other theory here on the flip side, the upside, right, rather than playing the downside so much that I do in the market, even though we're super overbought, is that after this correction, I think, I'm pretty sure we already have seen it. So far, my theory is playing in correct so far. Whether or not I nail it's another story. But I had the theory that after this correction, once we got bought up and then we kept moving, I came up with the idea that we might in fact be going into a fear of missing out panic buy situation rather than panic selling. I think we're seeing a form of panic buying where we went through this corrective move and we've been on this bull run for so long, nobody wants to give in, and there's fear of missing out that this market's going to keep continuing. So a bunch of people just keep buying up this market, and we're going to see a form of FOMO and panic buying that pushes into all-time highs and then pushes up into an additional squeeze after we break all-time highs. And then when everybody least expects the market to come down, we're going to start coming back down, which I think is going to be after we break all-time highs. Now, granted, on the flip side, you could still play the downside and be like, well, we're going to hit all-time highs and reject and pull back. But like, yeah, sure, I wouldn't be surprised if we hit all-time highs and pull back some. But if this sort of buying continues, we'll go right through all-time highs without a doubt. And then I think we might see a form of panic buying, which causes a big additional move up over highs. And then when everyone's like, see, the market's so great, and everybody who said the market was going to sell off, they're just idiots. And then I think they're going to get crushed. So, because that's normally what happens. I mean, it's always what happens. When you least expect it, things will come down, right? That's just it. Just like the last time, right? Just like the last time, we had this really aggressive move down. We don't break. We push all the way back up into all-time highs and then get crushed, right? So we get crushed again. We're bounced all the way back up, maybe get into all-time highs again, and then back down. So we'll see if that theory plays out. So why would I not be an LABU or, well, LABU is a biotech ETF for one. Okay. Yeah, LABU is a biotech ETF and TQ. So why am I not in? Oh, I'm in. Believe me, I've been in for a long time. See, this is my trading account, right? But I also have four retirement accounts. That's where my money's at. When I'm in the market, it's in retirement. Other than this is just my trading account. So I'm in it, but those are my retirement accounts. So, but I don't. But in regards to investing, my foot's not on the gas pedal right now. My foot's been off the gas pedal for a while, and I'm just kind of sitting back, letting it do its thing. And then when it becomes better to buy, that's when my foot will be on the gas pedal. You guys will know when my foot's on the gas pedal for the market. But yeah, I think we'll go through a form of panic buying. So why would I not buy? Because to me, I think we're still at the top. I mean, everything I've been seeing here is topping formation, right? That to me, this all looks like topping formation. Thanks, Tony. Your message, for some reason, YouTube didn't let it come through, but thanks. I appreciate that. Trying to do more of that. I mean, it was just kind of like getting into the whole editing, learning it. It was just a long process that I wasn't quite ready for a long time ago, but now we are. So going to continue to try and keep that going. I think the first time I started trading, I started trading with like maybe $100. Yeah. Yeah, when I first started trading, I traded with like actually, I gotta hop off here, but I'll tell this little last story. So when I first started trading, I think I traded with like $100, and I think what was it? When I first started trading, I remember I traded like $100, and back then my thought was, well, if I only had $100, how am I gonna make any money? Oh, I know, I'll have to buy stocks that are like 20 cents, 15 cents, and that's exactly where I started. And then I realized that those stocks never have, well, not very often do stocks like that have good moves. So $100 just really wasn't enough money to trade. $100 was enough money to get started investing, or just start, right? But it wasn't enough money to do anything dramatic, right? And then that $100 turned into 500. Then 500 was, yeah, you can make, $20-$30 here and there, nothing life-changing, but still fun. I'm getting to learn how to trade. And then, you lose that $500 and go, shit, I can't do this. And then you put more money in, and then you keep working full time, and you grow your account. And then after that, I got better at trading penny stocks above $1. And then after I got pretty good at trading penny stocks above $1, then I started trading large caps, because I realized there's more money to make in large caps more often than penny stocks. And then I realized large cap trading's the shit, and you find more money and more opportunities there more often, but penny stocks are still amazing every once in a while. So now here we are, almost 6 years later, and for me, I love trading penny stocks, I love trading large cap, I love trading mid cap. And but I love keeping an eye on the whole market. And that's just, you'll probably get there. Everyone probably will. I think it's just, the process is a little bit different for everybody. So there's no go-to, got to do this, got to do that. I mean, like even people like me, like we mentor traders all the time, and why do we do it? I mean, why not? I mean, it's another form of business and another form of income that we can create from our knowledge and what we know. So why would we not do that? That's the question you should always be asking yourself. And so I've mentored at this point thousands of traders, right? And the process for each trader is always different. It is always different. Some will start off trading penny stocks, and then they'll be like, I absolutely don't like it. But I started trading large cap and I love it, right? So it's like, and then some start trading penny stocks, try to trade large cap, can't trade large cap very well. And they're like, I'm going to stick to penny stocks. And then some go from penny stock to large cap, back to penny stock, then into swing trading, and find out swing trading is what they like. So the process is always different for everyone. So I can't say this is the 100% necessary route you have to take. And you guys know it as well as I do. Maybe, for those of you that are in college right now, or you're in high school that maybe watch these, or those of you that are soon to retire or in your 40s and you have a couple kids now. And if you think all the way back to when you were maybe 16, 17, I mean, think of the process. You had no clue, probably, most of us, no clue what exactly you wanted to do. You just kind of had an idea. So you're just going to go on this route, and then you're just going to figure it out along the way. And then generally speaking, that's what happens for most people. They go through high school. They just want to get into college. It's somewhere cool so they can drink some beers with some friends, but they don't really know what they want to do. And they go for their first year, still not knowing what they want to do in college, and they kind of settle in on something in which most people realize it's still really not what they want to do, right? So the process is different for everyone, so I can't say this is the best steps to take to figure out exactly how or who you want to be as a trader. But I can help you along the way to understand this is what you should and should not be doing along the way. And then soon enough, you'll kind of solidify into the trader or, investor you want to be. So for me, process is a little different. Sub pennies to large cap, back to pennies, and then settled in trading penny stocks every once in a while, primarily focusing on large caps. Now I won't even say I primarily focus on large caps. I think I primarily focus on everything in regards to stocks and equities that I feel have opportunity, right? That's what I am. I look for opportunity in the market. That's where you'll find me. So that's just kind of it. I don't trade Forex. It's actually the one thing I don't, not one thing. I don't trade Forex or futures or Forex. Yeah, but anyways, with that being said, guys, I got to head back to our private group now. So thank you guys again for tuning in. You can always join us in the private group. First link in the description. You can join into our free chat room as well, linked in the description. Join our Facebook group, linked in the description if you haven't done so already. Stay tuned for the next stream, as I'll be on tomorrow morning. And other than that, guys, take care, have a great day, and hopefully you stay green. And same as me, take care.